Hi guys, another bedroom introduction to a video today. Okay, so it's getting very close now to me heading back to the UK. Very depressing stuff. Today's Monday lunchtime. It's Monday lunchtime at the moment, and I've closed the shades. It's actually it is daytime. It's just sunlight was coming through. So what's the plan today? I'm going to head over to the hospital just to make sure that I can get in for a PCR test tomorrow, which is Tuesday, and then I'll get the results back on Wednesday. But as I said in the last video, I'm not taking any chances, so I'm only going to go there today just to say, do I need to book or can I come in tomorrow, just to make sure. As I said, I don't want to take any chances. The plan after that, I'm just going to have a bit of lunch now. I'm going to go over to the hospital, and then after I get back from the hospital, I'm going to head down to Khao San Road. Now that's somewhere I haven't been for a lot of years, simply because it doesn't interest me. It's more of a younger crowd down there. You guys know how old I am. It's not somewhere that would attract me. I don't know if anything's going to be open. I don't know if I'll be able to have a drink over there, or I'll head out there, film the street and come back, but we'll find out tonight. I'm hoping to meet up with Simon. It's a little bit nearer to where he lives than him trekking all the way over here to Sukhumvit. All right, so that's the plan today. I'll catch up with you a little bit later on, and that'll be hopefully in Khao San Road this evening. Okay guys, I've just arrived at the famous Khao San Road, and as you can see behind me, they've got a very strict control on the entrance. They've actually shut it all off, and I had to show proof that I'd been vaccinated. Luckily I had a photograph on my phone of my last negative result, so I showed them that, and they were happy to let me in. But they're being very strict, you can see there in the background. But I am actually in now. Okay, unfortunately, usual story with YouTube. I've had to mute the sound on this part of the video, which is a great shame because it takes away all the atmosphere of the street. It's still quite early, but the bars were pumping out music. In fact, it was so loud I found it extremely uncomfortable. Not only was the music loud, it was as loud as it could be. They've all got stacks of speakers, and I can understand why young people would enjoy it down there, but for me it's not a place I would visit again. It was just too uncomfortable on the ears. So as you can see, I'm now walking down Khao San Road. It's quite quiet, it's early on in the evening, and what Khao San Road has always attracted in the past, it's always been famous for backpackers since the 60s, hippie types, for cheap accommodation. It's living off its reputation now. It's not like that anymore. I know from research there are several streets backing off Khao San Road that still have hostels and cheap rooms and things like that, but as I say, I think it's really living off its reputation. The street's been revamped, as you can see. Still a few classic buildings down there, like the Khao San Palace Hotel, which was just in frame. It's always kind of been, it's always attracted scammers, big time scammers, and I'll tell you the reason why. Because a lot of young people go there, college students on gap years. They're very vulnerable. People like yourself and me at my age, when we're approached in the street, we're not gonna be enticed to follow somebody to some deal that sounds great. But unfortunately, with youngsters, young people, 19, 20, 21, they can be very vulnerable, and because of this, Khao San Road has tended to attract scammers in the past. And I remember one time I was walking down Khao San Road years ago. I must have been about 35, and some guy stopped me and asked me where I got my trainers from. It was just an opening line. His next line probably would have been something about taking me to a gem shop where I could buy gems that I could sell for twice the price in my own country, which of course we all know now is absolute rubbish. They would have been fake. So towards the end of the night, as you can see, getting very busy now, and you can see from here it is virtually all young people partying. Okay guys, that's pretty much it for my 3 weeks in Bangkok. You might hear from my throat, I've got a really bad throat at the moment. I went for a lateral flow test yesterday before I went for my main PCR test today, and that came up negative. So obviously I am a little bit concerned, but I think it's nothing more than a sore throat. I've got some lozenges and things like that. So that was Khao San Road. That's the end of my boots on the ground, as it were, videos here in Thailand. I went for my PCR test this morning. I'm going to go back tomorrow, providing it's negative. I'm going to go back tomorrow and pick up the paperwork, so I've got that for when I get to the airport. And I have got a live stream this coming Friday. That's 9 p.m. UK time this Friday. That's the 7th of January, and I'll be talking about this trip and everything I've discovered while I've been here. I actually spoke to a few guys this morning. I was having breakfast, and well, it was more like lunch later on in the day, and a few guys, and we all asked each other the same question: would you go through this again? Would you do it again to get out here? And virtually everybody in the restaurant said no way, it's just so much hassle. But as I say, we'll talk about that on Friday, and I'll let you know all the details of what's been going on. I'm going to name and shame a restaurant or a bar that tried to rip me off, and other than that, it's all good memories. But hopefully I'll get on that plane tomorrow, guys, and the next time you hear from me will be back to normal with a green screen behind me and stories, live streams. What else can I say? Thanks for joining me on this trip, guys.